Um, Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I hope the Ramzan is going well for everyone out there. Thank you so much who already has joined us. I'm just gonna wait for a second to see if people have joined, and then I'm gonna move forward. Okay. Okay, so basically, just like the name suggests, the challenges and opportunities for talent acquisition in energy sector. Not going to talk about energy sector in detail. Obviously, being a representative for an energy sector would be talking about specifically for the energy sector as well. But this session particularly is going to be very helpful for the people who are looking to switch jobs, who are looking to apply for jobs, who are the students right now and ready to enter into professional market. We have an amazing team of recruiters and HR professionals representing multiple sectors, and they are going to help us all today about how and guide us about the do's and don'ts of what to do and how to do while you are applying for a job and while you are looking a particular field and excel in it. So let's not just delay, and I'm going to welcome all of the panelists right here towards this session with a little bit of intro. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. How are you?
Walaikum assalam.
जी
So,
वालेकुम सलाम
just giving a brief introduction about everyone, and मैं request करूँगी कि सब थोड़ा थोड़ा खुद ही बता दें. We have Farina right here, who's the HR manager representing the energy sector of Pakistan from DSG Energy. We have Imran Saab representing the HR business solution, and we have Muhammad Ali representing the I think I'll say the Gulf part of the HR side. So I would like you to give a little bit of introduction from your side as well for everyone to know. Jimran sir.
okay thank you again Hafsa for giving us this opportunity and talking about this challenges in the talent acquisition, especially with the energy sector. So I'll briefly start with my experience of about 5 years, particularly in the talent acquisition and headhunting role, which I primarily focused on while working in Huawei. And the industry or the sector was actually it was very diverse as far as the recruitment process was concerned. So I worked locally for Pakistan office as well and supported in the regional offices as well. And by the time I left Huawei and joined HR Business Solutions, so Huawei also had a business unit for the energy sector as well. So it had started growing in the market. And here at HR Business Solution, I am currently looking after the overall recruitment model for the Pakistan office and also supporting for any upcoming recruitments or projects that we get internationally, again, across all sections, across all industries.
Okay. Same request from you, Farina. Please introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah, sure. My name is Farina, and I have a 6 years of diverse experience in HR field. And I have worked in MNC industry. I have worked in IT industry, and currently I'm working in energy sector. So, in my experience, I have diversify HR HR experience in which I have covered the overall HR fields, HR domains like training and development domain. I have worked in recruitment sector. I have worked in the like operations, HR operations, and organization development. So I have covered in 6 years these all areas in HR department.
Right. Over to you, Ali.
Yeah, first of all, thank you again for inviting me over this webinar. And hopefully, as the title has suggested, that we are going to discuss about the challenges and opportunities in Pakistan as well and in Gulf market as well. And if I talk about my profile, I had worked for a couple of industries, uh, retail, FMCG. Then I have worked with the transportation industry as well. Right now, I'm associated with one of the a leading group in Gulf that has more than 25 companies. And I had been looking after the recruitment, overseas recruitment as well, and local recruitment as well. And I have worked in HR operations, policies, employee relations, all of these domains.
Thank you so much, Ali. I think quite a lot of diversified experience right here we have in the session. And I request everyone who's watching, if you have any question, any query regarding the recruiting part of the sector, so do let us know in the comments and we'll be answering that accordingly. I'll start with you, Imran. I think generally speaking, the challenges, currently challenges की बात की जाए तो 2023 and challenges पिछले सालों की निस्बत ज़्यादा बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. So generically speaking, I'll just talk about the concept of education and when you enter into the job market. So where we are lacking exactly, comparing our education system and the job market.
Okay. So to start with, in terms of specialized education, uh, like we have all programs for the business side, engineering, and so on. As far as this energy sector is concerned, we don't have enough developed programs which actually help us in getting the talent pool that we require as far as fresh graduates are concerned, or resources that we can actually groom and have with us for the next foreseeable future, like we usually plan and have a talent pool and a career progression line for other positions. For this reason, we actually have also worked with academia, and we have tried to also create a program initially, which is a Spark training session, a program which tries to build this bridge, and we try to customize solutions and provide sessions on behalf of the industry as well. So the gap between the industry and the students who are coming out, they should be able to familiarize themselves with the market, and they have an idea and insight into what the latest technology and how the market is changing and how the trends are moving. So that kind of helps us and probably everyone in the market with uh, building a pool and a reputation in general, not just for us, but actually for everyone. So this is something that we are doing a bit from our side as far as education or awareness is concerned. But in general, obviously, we all would like to see this industry grow more and have more insights as far as directly from the academia is concerned. Try to have a course or maybe a curriculum, something that covers the latest uh, things or the changes that we see in the industry.
Absolutely right. I think a gap की बात कीजिए तो we can see the change comparing the previous decade and now. There are a lot of changes, and being a representative of DSG Energy myself, I can say that we are working towards bridging that gap that occurs between the industrial sector and the education sector. Farina, you being the basic representative of energy sector, do tell us about this gap, that how can we overcome it, where are we actually lacking, और इस वक्त कौन सी ऐसी चीजें हैं जिन पर काम करना जरूरी है in order to make sure that this gap, which is this gap is creating, sometimes it's like हमें पता भी नहीं होता कि because of this gap there are a lot of problems and there are a lot of challenges जो कि वक्त के साथ साथ ज़्यादा होते जा रहे हैं. What can we do about it?
Yes, I would like to add in more in education sector gap. Like if we talk about the awareness of energy system in current education sector, every university is not giving this opportunity to the students to get to know about the energy sector. So and even they don't know the future of the energy sector right now. So this is the very like major gap in education sector. So to overcome, I think we should start. Give me a minute.
Okay.
I think we should start some seminars. We should collaborate with the universities who are providing the engineering educations. So we should go over there, and we should plan some seminars. We should plan some job fairs where we can give them the brand awareness of energy sector. So employer branding is very plays a very vital role to introduce any product, any sector in between the education or to the students also. So I think the employer branding is the major factor to overcome from
Uh,
this gap.
Okay.
yeah, right.
Uh,
Sorry,
Hifsa, I
sorry.
would
Yeah,
like to add something in this point
yeah,
that
yeah, definitely.
from the education perspective also, the universities who are charging so much, they also need to focus on this point that they need to invite the HR professionals, the trainers who are going to guide the people, the students, that which industry you're going to choose before they are choosing any degree. So this is, I think, so they need to focus and they need to invite the people. So they should be choosing the right degree from the start, and they should be pursuing the same thing. Or they should also be telling that which jobs right now are in the market and are in the, like, they are, अभी कौन सी जॉब बहुत ज़्यादा मार्केट में इन है, तो उसके बारे में उनको बता देता हूँ कि दे कैन चूज द राइट डिग्री फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट.
आई थिंक ये चीज़ हम कंसिडरिंग माई सेल्फ के इस लेवल पे आके कि दिस वाज वन ऑफ द मेजर चैलेंज जो कि हम भी फेस करते हुए आए हैं कि बिफोर वी बिकम अ स्टूडेंट हमें आइडिया ही नहीं होता है कि हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं. विदाउट एनी आइडिया वी जस्ट चूज जो कि उस वक्त ट्रेंड चल रहा होता है कि वेदर इट्स इंजीनियरिंग और मेडिकल और एनी अदर पर्टिकुलर प्रोफेशनल डिग्री. और जहाँ तक अवेयरनेस की बात है तो दीज वेबिनार सीरीज एंड द DSG टॉक दैट DSG एनर्जी कंडक्ट, it's basically just the purpose behind conducting these webinars and conducting the talks and talk about it. It's just the creating the mass awareness. Because this is how the awareness starts, that you talk about something over and over again so that it becomes normalized, and once it's normalized तो उसके ऊपर action लेना शुरू हो जाता है. So somehow I hope that it has created some kind of awareness that people would know how the green energy works, why is it important, and why is the need of the hour. Okay, so डाइवर्ट नहीं करूंगी थोड़ा सा टॉपिक. अगेन मूविंग बैक टू द आइडिया ऑफ रिक्रूशन की जब बात आती है, जब HR के रिक्रूटर्स की बात आती है, जब जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज की बात आती है, एम्प्लॉयमेंट की बात आती है, तो देयर इज वन थिंग दैट इज वे अंडररेटेड एंड दैट्स योर CVs and resumes. So Ali, I would like you to highlight the importance के CVs को easy नहीं लेना चाहिए. CV is something that is going to give your first impression to the recruiters. ये हमें भी सीखते हुए बड़ा टाइम लगा कि it's way underrated. It shouldn't be given that little importance as it is given right now. Do highlight it.
हाईली एग्री विद यू. अच्छा, हमारे यहाँ होता है क्या है कि कोई भी बंदा ग्रेजुएट होता है, सो दे आर गोइंग टू गो टू द मार्केट और एक शॉप वाले पे जाते उससे कहते हैं हमें सीवी बना दो. एंड ही डज नॉट इवन नो द पर्सन हु इज मेकिंग ए सीवी कि यार सीवी कैसे बनानी है, क्या चीज़ इंपॉर्टेंट क्या चीज़ नहीं है. और जब वो मार्केट में, क्योंकि ही हिमसेल्फ इज नॉट अवेलेबल फिजिकली, सो द सीवी इज द राइट थिंग विच इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग हिम दैट what he has done, what he is, what is his qualification, what are his skills. So they should need to, all the universities should actually focus on this thing, and they should build one platform where they will taught the students that how to draft a CV. और उसमें कुछ बहुत सारी बेसिक्स चीज़ें होती हैं जो हम उसको निगलेक्ट कर रहे होते हैं सीवीज के अंदर. और मैं अभी भी सीवीज देखता हूँ कुछ बहुत सारे प्रोफेशनल्स की दो हु हैव लाइक एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ 5 to 10 years, पर्टिकुलरली इन HR एज वेल, देयर सीवी इज नॉट इवन वेल ट्रेन्ड. अब होता क्या है कि लोग, बट दे डू इज they just copy the things from the internet, that what are job description or job responsibility, just paste it as it is, और जो भी कुछ किया होता है. What they actually need to do is they need to give the what they have actually achieved. और उनको चाहिए, everyone should be drafting their CVs in a such a way that they would be putting some numbers in that. Like, let me give you one example कि कैसे number put कर सकते हैं. Like, if someone is working in a sales, he would be definitely putting the numbers, like he had done the sales in this amount of millions of PKR or blah blah and all of that. But if like a person who is in HR, he had done so much recruitment, he should put some number, what are the things. So all the CVs should be कि हमने CV को सिर्फ एक नज़र में देखना होता है. वी डोंट हैव दैट मच टाइम कि हम एक CV को काफ़ी देर तक उसको देखते रह, उसे पढ़ते रहें. वी हैव सो मेनी CVs लाइंड अप ऑलरेडी, और जो है हम उसको एक ही नज़र में देख के सब चीज़ें कर सकें. इसके ऊपर पूरा एक सेशन हो सकता है मेरे मुताबिक, तो जो हम CV बता सकेंगे CV के क्या
We
क्या
would
इंपॉर्टेंट.
definitely like that because it's something that gives that helps everyone out there.
Yeah. So if हम further बात कर सकते हैं, I would be adding up more, and I would like others to participate as well. Then I would be adding something more.
Okay. Coming to the point of resumes की बात हो गई. Even if the resumes are all on point, Imran, there is one thing that engineers की बात करूंगी सिर्फ. Every year there are thousands of engineers graduating. And thousands of engineers graduating का मतलब ये है कि we have the availability of multiple people who would be deserving for a job vacancy of let's say 1 or 2. Competition बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है. इस competition को how are we tackling? How are we catering this competition? How do we choose which one to go with?
Acha, with the competition, especially if you are targeting or discussing about engineering side, तो जो competition है उसके अंदर what we usually do is we try to do an internal screening for ourselves as well, or if we have a requirement from any client side, for to resolve that issue of a larger talent pool. We have a kind of a criteria which screens the top of the class, or you could say those who have not just a higher CGPA, but something that is missing on their resume or from their academic transcript, a skill set as far as communication skills are concerned, their attitude, which you cannot read through a resume. So that is something that's important. So that can only be done from a session directly, a one-on-one session, or maybe even a quick screening call. That's something that we can work with as far as screening a talent is concerned. And it actually goes a long way because a skill can be taught. But as far as the attitude or the communication skill part of an individual is not there, that skill is not going to be any useful for an individual himself or herself, or even for the company. So we try to focus on getting the talent with all the competition that we have, and try to focus on getting someone who has the skill, maybe a skill set or maybe not, but who actually has the aptitude to join and actually learn and maybe grow in the long run. So that's something we have to focus on as a recruiter, to get someone and target individuals or groups who have that long-term potential, and they also have the target or their plans for the career are actually well aligned, which again I would like to reiterate what Ali said, that we don't have those career plans or progression plans as far as universities are concerned. We don't have those aligned, and then that actually also leads to an issue where we may have someone with a certain background working in a different field. So that is something that can also be fixed or resolved if we have this more of a session with academia, and then also bridge this talent issue that we have just highlighted here.
Definitely. Farina, I'll prolong a little bit conversation जो कि इमरान ने कही है. One factor जो कि universities instead of focusing on all the areas जो कि आगे जाके professional market में help करते हैं students को, there are a lot of things जो कि miss करती जाती हैं. In the 4-year programs of my life, I heard about GPA इतना होना चाहिए, this GPA would count and that GPA. In all of that, I didn't know how to make my CV. I didn't know what other skills I should work on. I might did not have good communication skills at that time. So all of these skill shortage जरूर हो जाती है हमारे पास. We can have dozens and dozens of CVs right here. हमारे पास हम आज job ad लगाएंगे, we would have hundreds of CVs. In those CVs, we might find hundreds of degrees. We wouldn't be able to find the right amount of skills that we need for a particular seat, for a particular vacancy. So, is skill shortage को कैसे कम किया जा सकता है? How can we highlight the importance of having multiple skills while having a certain degree as well? क्योंकि बाज़ औक़ात अक्सर औक़ात ऐसे होता है कि your education background might be different, and you would be going in a particular field जो कि थोड़ा सा हटके मे बी इवन रिमोटली रिलेटेड टू योर ओन फील्ड. दैट टाइम योर स्किल सेट उनकी बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस होती है, वो बहुत ज़्यादा काम आती है. टू हाईलाइट दैट प्लीज.
या श्योर. इस पर मैं बात करूंगी कि हमें इस स्किल शॉर्टेज को ख़त्म करने के लिए बिसाइड द डिग्रीज वी शुड लाइक यूनिवर्सिटीज शुड अरेंज सम समर कैंप्स. They should arrange some internship programs. They should introduce the MTU programs. Like people know they have the degree and they applied, but they don't know they don't have the like particular skill for that particular job. तो उस स्किल गैप को, उस स्किल को ख़त्म करने के लिए, स्किल शॉर्टेज को मार्केट में ख़त्म करने के लिए यूनिवर्सिटीज़ को बहुत ज़्यादा जो है वो अपना रोल प्ले करना होगा. डिग्रीज प्रोवाइड करने के बाद उनको उनके साथ जो इंटर्नशिप के प्रोग्राम्स हैं वो उनको यूनिवर्सिटीज़ को गाइड करना चाहिए कि इंटर्नशिप के लिए उनको किस सेक्टर की तरफ जाना चाहिए जहाँ से उनकी स्किल एनहांस्ड होगी. क्योंकि समहाउ डिग्री लेकर इंटर्नशिप भी कर लेते हैं जो स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, बट वो इंटर्नशिप उन्होंने किस फील्ड में करनी है उनको ये आइडिया नहीं होता। वो बस अपनी डिग्री के अकॉर्डिंग किसी भी इंटर्नशिप, किसी भी कंपनी में इंटर्नशिप के लिए चले जाते हैं फॉर द सेक ऑफ के वो नेक्स्ट जो है, नेक्स्ट स्टेप उनका करियर की तरफ चला जाए, वो अपनी जॉब स्टार्ट करते हैं, बट उनका करियर उनको कहाँ ग्रोथ लेकर जाएगा, वो उनको फ्यूचर उनकी कोई प्लानिंग नहीं होती है। तो उसको इस वजह से जो है हमारे पास एनर्जी सेक्टर में स्पेशल अगर मैं बात करूँ तो स्किल का जो शॉर्टेज है वो बहुत ज़्यादा रहता है। वन मोर थिंग मैं इसमें ऐड करना चाहूँगी कि इसमें जो है जेंडर रिस्ट्रिक्शन भी आ जाती है काफ़ी हद तक। लाइक अगर हमें क्योंकि एनर्जी सेक्टर जो है वो मोस्ट ऑफ द जो उसका काम होते हैं उसमें आपको जाना साइट रिमोट एरियाज पर विजिट करना होता है, रिमोट एरियाज पर वर्क करना होता है। तो उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से मैं यही कहना चाहूँगी कि वहाँ पर फीमेल्स जो हैं वो लैग कर जाती हैं। ऑल्दो फीमेल आर इन एम्पावरमेंट राइट नाउ, बट स्टिल इन दिस फील्ड दे आर not in empowerment right now. Like few of the females are working and very well they are working, and I will appreciate their efforts in this sector, but दे फीमेल्स को अभी भी ज़रूरत है कि वो जिस तरह से टेक में काफ़ी जो है एम्पावरमेंट ले चुकी हैं, वो एनर्जी सेक्टर में आए, वो पावर सेक्टर में है। तो आई विल मोटिवेट द फीमेल्स टू, तो फीमेल्स के थ्रू भी हम इसको स्किल का जो शॉर्टेज है वो उसको ख़त्म कर सकते हैं।
Thank you, Farina. Osama कह रहे हैं कि if you have put the right and complete information with the simple, sophisticated CV, then it's enough. It's absolutely right. I think you need to be more precise and accurate instead of writing down an essay on your CV. उससे तो वैसे ही आपका I think interest ही खत्म हो जाता है recruiter का या CV देखने वाले का. सुहेल का question है इमरान आपसे. He's asking in GCC countries, Pakistan experience is not count. What are the reasons and how to overcome this challenge?
Okay, so I'm not sure exactly how we can actually generally say that it doesn't count, because we have recently placed a few positions across the region, and those resources had actually all of their work experience here in Pakistan. So maybe it's a certain skill set that Mr. Suhail is trying to discuss or have a point on, but in general, we have placed multiple resources, and the skill set actually this is where the CV question that we are just highlighting also comes into the point. How you are able to communicate your skill set through that CV, and once you're going and have a discussion during that interview, how good are you as far as your technical ability or communication skills, and how you are going to communicate and transfer that to the interviewer. Because as far as an individual or a skill is concerned, I would say if you have the talent, if you have that hands-on experience, you can actually move across the whole world. It's not just GCC or any single region. But again, if he has more clarity or something that he would like to point out, I'd be happy to answer.
Okay. I hope your question is answered, Suhail. I'll move to you, Ali.
Ali
You are
probably want to
representing.
add something.
Yeah, that's why I'm moving towards him. He's representing. He has joined us from UAE today, and he has that. He has seen the both countries or the both regions and how the challenges are people are tackling that. So I'll just ask one thing. You have seen the changes right here in the economy and in political instability and everything. What do you think, Ali? How it has an impact on the Pakistani market, economy-wise and job market-wise?
ओके, आई वुड लाइक टू मैं दो आंसर देना चाहूँगा. एक तो ये सुहेल की बात को फर्दर कंटिन्यू करूँगा कि हिज क्वेश्चन इज दैट हिज एक्सपीरियंस और पाकिस्तानी एक्सपीरियंस नॉट काउंटेड. इसकी एक रीज़न ये भी हो सकती है कि द सीवी ही इज सेंडिंग फॉर द पोजीशन इज नॉट टेलर्ड अकॉर्डिंग टू द जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन दैट हैज बीन एडवर्टाइज, जिसकी वजह से उसकी सीवी जो है नेग्लेक्ट हो जाती है, और इट इज़ नॉट टेलर्ड एज पर द इंडस्ट्री रिक्वायरमेंट. वो भी एक रीज़न है जिसकी वजह से जो सीवी जो है ना वो आपकी क्योंकि properly tailored नहीं होती. What we used to do is we have done different jobs, so we used to have one generic CV. We used to forward for all the jobs we are applying for. So the thing is, the person who is applying for a specific job, he needs to tailor the CV for the special requirements what are required for them. अगर वो नहीं होगी तो definitely CV reject हो जाएगी, because there is too much high competition going on in GCC and other like outside Pakistan as well. So the CV, I think so. उसकी सबसे पहले he need to check that CV is okay or not. The second question is आपके impact of instability on economy and Pakistani market. Yes, आप सबको ही we all are aware that due to instability of economic plus political situation in Pakistan, Right now, the market is saturating because some of the industries are going to collapse due to this instability, and they are trying to close this. So is case make to industries, but industries can take a step is they need to go for the collaborations, they need to start such kind of things which are okay, और उसमें कुछ जहाँ पे बात आती है इम्पोर्ट्स के ऊपर, क्योंकि इम्पोर्ट्स हमारी बहुत ज़्यादा कम है, तो वहाँ पे हेज फंडिंग होती है जिसमें आप ऑलरेडी बुक कर लेते हैं पहले से चीज़ें, ताकि आपकी आप फोर्थ साइड कर रहे होते हैं कि यार इंस्टेबिलिटी भी हमारे मुल्क में रहनी है, इलेक्शन नहीं हो रहे, जो भी चीज़ें नहीं हो रही, तो यू आर जस्ट गोइंग टू इनसाइड देम, और आप पहले से प्रिपेयर ही कर लेते हैं। और इसके डेफिनेटली डाइवर्स इफेक्ट हो रहे हैं, अभी भी काफ़ी लोग दे आर गोइंग टू बी गेट जॉबलेस ड्यू टू दिस इशू, और उसको इंडस्ट्रीज फर्दर इस तरह से कैटेगराइज कर सकती हैं कि दे आर गोइंग टू गो to adopt the cost cutting strategy, not in terms of laying off the employee, but in terms of like moving toward the greener energy projects. They are going to decrease the cost of the electricity. Like I have seen that DSG Energy has been providing बहुत सारे उन्होंने प्रोजेक्ट्स किए हैं जहाँ पे इन्होंने इंस्टॉल की है सोलर एनर्जी, सो डेफिनेटली उसका इफेक्ट आया होगा पॉजिटिव टू दैट इंडस्ट्री इन टर्म्स ऑफ देयर बजटिंग, और उनको बहुत ज़्यादा फायदा भी हुआ होगा।
Okay. Considering the Pakistani perspective, Imran, I'll ask the same question: political instability, inflation. What's going on here? How are we going to overcome that?
Well, again, as Adi just highlighted, one of the main reasons actually we are facing this situation is not just it's one industry in particular for the energy sector. It's actually across the board where we have this uncertainty about the growth or potential of opportunities that we could have. And the only way that we can actually overcome right now is the simple solution that we have, and I'm not going to even discuss that right now because we do that 24/7 on TV channels. So
Yeah.
if we can just focus on the fact that we have a lot of potential, and it is only going to be possible with the investors that we have, and if they feel safe in the market, and once they feel that their investment they're going to make is going to be fruitful and have a return in the long run, the situation will be resolved on its own. So, and we have actually seen this in the past as well. So this is something that is kind of connected to the political instability point, and the inflation part is also very much similar to that. And the only solution is to kind of create a system, a platform where everyone is kind of on board and they have that, I would say, investment portfolio, and they are actually open and willing to invest in the market as well.
Imran, I think आपसे ही question आया कि there's a concept Pakistan that government and employees are not in favor of private sector and private industries. Please put some light on this.
That government employees are not favored in private sector or private. Okay. Well, for starters, I think it's the mindset that we have in general. एक वो जहन में चीज बैठ जाती है कि the corporate sector or the private sector is something where you have a totally opposite work environment, something that the government sector is not known for. To put it mildly, the government sector has a lot of benefits, yes, but again, to adapt from the government sector to the private sector, you need to be able to understand those changes that take place as far as the private sector is concerned. It's a totally different hierarchy. You are going to work with probably the most youth possible ever in an organization. At the government sector, we have seen people who have actually started working about 10, 12, 15 years ago, and they have potential to grow there, but it's kind of very limited. And once that happens, the potential to learn and eventually seek new opportunities actually fades away. That is kind of where we have that priority of the private sector or the uh, industry in general, where we try to focus on fresh graduates, bringing in new blood who have that tailored experience as far as recent technological changes are concerned, general ideas about the industry in general, which they study through their programs. So it's not something that it's, I would say, favored or it's prioritized. It's just something that happens on its own naturally because of the concept of education, of changes that we take place on a regular basis. So it's just something like that.
Thank you, Imran. Farina, I'm just going to divert the attention from the employee perspective to an employer perspective. आई एम श्योर जब अप्लाई कर रहे होते हैं तो एवरी इंडिविजुअल इज thinking about as an individual capacity, but what do the recruiters think of? How, what are your, give us the secret ingredient, what are your strategies, how do you catch the top talent, or how do you catch the right one for the right job?
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सीरीज पे बात करते हैं हम लोग। जैसे ही हमारे पास मल्टीपल रिज्यूमेस आ जाते हैं, उसमें हमें उसमें से टॉप 10 निकालने होते हैं रिज्यूमेस। और उन रिज्यूमेस में हमें इट नॉट जस्ट अबाउट द डिग्री अभी हम बात कर रहे थे, डिग्री सबके पास होती है, डिग्री सब लेकर आ जाते हैं, ग्रेजुएट होते हैं, उनके पास नॉलेज भी होता है, बट देन अगेन आई विल टॉक अबाउट द स्किल। और वो स्किल हमें फाइंड आउट करना होता है कि ये जिस रिक्वायरमेंट, जो हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट है, क्या आइदर ये कैंडिडेट जो है वो उसको फिट मैच करेगा या नहीं मैच करेगा। अगर हम स्किल्ड वर्कर की बात करेंगे तो हमारे पास हम प्रेफर नहीं करेंगे कि सिर्फ डिग्री हो उसकी और हम उसको हायर कर लें। विल प्रेफर कि उसके पास कुछ मल्टीपल सर्टिफिकेशन हो, कुछ डिप्लोमास हो इन स्पेसिफिक एरियाज। फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर उसको साइट पर वर्किंग करने जाते हैं तो उसको टेक्निकल चीज़ों का प्रैक्टिकली हैंड्स ऑन एक्सपीरियंस हो। तो ये सबसे पहले हम उस स्पेसिफिक फील्ड के लिए चेक करेंगे कि स्किल उसके पास है या नहीं है। एंड देन उसके बाद वी विल मूविंग फॉरवर्ड टू द एजुकेशन, कि उसके पास कितनी एजुकेशन है उस स्किल को लेकर, उस काम को लेकर कितनी उसके पास थ्योरेटिकल नॉलेज है। एंड देन उसके बाद, उस नॉलेज के बाद हम लोग जो है उनकी इंटरपर्सनल स्किल्स की तरफ जाएंगे, उनके बैकग्राउंड की तरफ जाएंगे कि उनकी आदर जो एजुकेशन है वो किस टॉप यूनिवर्सिटीज में से है। और फर्दर उनसे बात करेंगे टेलीफोनिक इंटरव्यू पर, उनके गोल को पता करना चाहेंगे कि उस एम्प्लॉय का गोल क्या है, कि वो फ्यूचर में क्या करना चाह रहा है, वो जिस पर्टिकुलर जॉब के लिए अप्लाई कर रहा है, फील्ड के लिए अप्लाई कर रहा है, क्या वो इस फील्ड में अपना करियर देखता है इन फ्यूचर, या जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ जॉब वो ये कर रहा है। तो टेलीफोनिक इंटरव्यू में काफ़ी जो है क्लैरिटी आ जाती है हमारे पास किसी भी कैंडिडेट को हायर करने के लिए। तो आई थिंक फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल के उसमें सबसे पहले उनकी टेलीफोनिक इंटरव्यू ही करते हैं स्क्रीन करने के लिए। एंड देन फिर उसके बाद उनकी जो फर्दर हमें पर्टिकुलर चाहिए होती है रिक्वायरमेंट, उसके अकॉर्डिंग कोई टेस्ट सेशन है या समथिंग लाइक दैट, तो ये होता है। और इसके अलावा मैं बताऊंगी आपको कि हमें टॉप, अगर जो भी कैंडिडेट्स है तो हमारी प्रायोरिटी यही होनी चाहिए कि हम जो है फ्रेशली ग्रेजुएट्स जो हैं वो उनको टारगेट करें, मल्टीपल यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में, चाहे वहाँ पर जॉब फेयर्स कंडक्ट करें और वहाँ पर वन ऑन वन सेशन करें कैंडिडेट्स के साथ। तो उससे काफ़ी अच्छा हमारे पास आ जाता है फॉर अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर रिक्वायरमेंट।
Right. Thank you so much, Azim, for acknowledging. If I'll say it again, if you have more ideas in mind, just say within the webinar, I got the idea of having a separate session on how to make your resumes right, how to make your CV right. So, I'll definitely move forward with that. I think Farouk from ओके फारूक, हम रेगुलरली इस बात पे बात करते हैं। डीएसजी एनर्जी का एक स्पेशल रिक्रूटमेंट प्लान होता है। ऑल यू हैव टू डू इज फॉलो आवर सोशल्स एंड वेबसाइट्स, वहाँ पे रेगुलरली वैकेंसीज अपडेट हो रही होती हैं। एंड इफ यू वांट टू सेंड योर सीवी, वी हैव द आईडी रिटन ऑन द वेबसाइट careers@dsgroupco.com. Just send us your CV, mention your role in the subject region where you want to apply, which department you want to apply at. So you are definitely be going to contacted when the right vacancy arrives. Favoritism in recruitment should be avoided. All candidates should be given an equal opportunity to showcase their skills during the interview. Absolutely right, Muneeb. Acha, I'll move towards you, Ali. You are giving us. You are joining us from UAE again. I would like you to give us a little bit of insights about the Gulf market, if anyone is interested here.
Okay, talking about Gulf market, I would talk for the two perspective. One is for the energy perspective, जो कि हमारा core topic है, और दूसरा generic perspective है. If I talk about the energy sector, definitely all the Gulf region is filled with the natural resources like oil and gas. But after, there was an agreement signed in Paris and in 2015, and in that agreement, all 196 countries have participated, and they are going to tackle this climate change or taking this initiative. If I talk about UAE, they have started an initiative, and they have put a plan that is 2050 plan. In this, they are going to have a zero emission. They have उनका है कि zero emission they have to be converting it to the. तो उसके लिए उन्होंने क्या किया? They are developing the solar energy power plants. They have been doing some multiple other projects as well. So जो job market है Gulf की in the terms of energy, they are going to this is going to be very good. और अभी मैं एक आर्टिकल पढ़ रहा था, उसमें एक चीज मेंशन थी कि in by 2025 to 2030, there are going to be like 2,20,000 jobs they are going to be created in the Middle East particularly. और ये रिपोर्ट थी एजेंसी इंटरनेशनल एनर्जी एजेंसी की एक रिपोर्ट थी, उसके मुताबिक उन्होंने ये कहा गया था. तो डेफिनेटली perspective of job is very high in Gulf. But अब यहाँ पे population की बात करें, as some of the people know that in UAE and Gulf, the majority of the population is the expat staff who are working for them. और अगर हम यूएई की बात करें तो इसमें 88% of the population is from the expat staff and 11% to 12% of the population of the local UAE residents. So in this, the market is being captured by our neighbor country India, और उसकी जो target है उनका, they are more than 28% people who are working in UAE. और पाकिस्तान की बात करें तो ओवरऑल हम पॉपुलेशन में भी उनसे कम है, प्लस डेफिनेटली हमारा एजुकेशन सेक्टर इतना अच्छा उस तरह से नहीं प्रोवाइड करा टैलेंट, तो वहाँ से भी इस वजह से पाकिस्तानी जो कैंडिडेट हैं दे आर लैकिंग बिहाइंड. और कुछ अदर एस्पेक्ट्स होते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा जो मार्केट में एक बैड नेम क्रिएट हो जाता है पाकिस्तानी candidates are due to some of the reasons, some of the things. तो इस वजह से देख नहीं प्रेफर कर रहे थे, but still there is a chance or there is a competition going on, और बहुत high competition है, और still there are so many jobs opening after the pandemic. There's so many business startups. I would like to answer. There are some of the questions which people have highlighted.
Yeah. I was going to. There are a lot of questions. Okay, I was going to. Yeah, sure. Ali.
Hanzala ने एक comment दिए कि in my opinion teachers should spend some quality time in the field so that they get an idea of current situation in Pakistan in the field. So मैं भी recent example share करना चाहता हूँ कि I was studying in my MPhil, और we used to have the teachers in the HR. अब होता क्या है कि usually जो teachers होते हैं they are solely from the background of education. Okay. So for the perspective of like bachelor's or professional degrees के अंदर, I would like कि जो हमारी authorities and they should hire some of the professionals who have a certain experience from that particular industry. They have a proven experience, so they can be teaching the things more accurately as per the industry. Plus जो हमारा curriculum है that needs to be revised as well. जो हमारा curriculum है that is all theoretical and उसमें examples quote होती हैं, they are all examples from the like past 10 years back, or they are the examples from the other countries. So they should be giving revising the curriculum as well, और उसके अंदर जो एग्जांपल्स और चीज शेयर करें दैट आर गोइंग टू बी फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान इंडस्ट्री. पीछे एक क्वेश्चन आया था कि पाकिस्तान में गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज आर नॉट फेवर्ड इन द प्राइवेट सेक्टर एंड प्राइवेट इंडस्ट्री. इसका रीजन एक ये है कि देयर इज अ मिथ क्रिएटेड दैट द गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज दे हैव लेस प्रोडक्टिविटी, वी कैन से. कहना नहीं चाहिए, but due to the myth that has been created in the market, that's why this is the main reason that the recruiter does not focus to hire government employees, because they have a thought that they are not going to work that much high, and the pays for the both of the industries, private industry and government sectors, their pace is very much different. See, the private industries, their pace is too much high as compared to the government. Their procedures are very high. उनकी decisions making power जो होती है that is on a daily basis. और government की बात करें, their policies are so long. If they have to take the decision, they need to get it approval for like 3 months. इस वजह से जो है ना थोड़ा सा एक bad image create हो जाता है कहने को for the government employees if they are trying to enter in the private sector. But as a private sector, we all recruiters need to focus on is that we need to take them also, we need to consider them, and we need to analyze that whether they are good fit for us. If definitely there are now many government organizations who are also working very much hard, and they have a great pace as well. So उनके employees को अगर हम लेंगे तो definitely they would be उनके लिए भी बहुत अच्छा होगा, और the bad myth would be negated from the market.
अच्छा, इसमें
Imran?
I'd just like to add one thing. एक तो वो जो गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर का था उसमें सिर्फ ये कि इट्स नॉट जस्ट द एम्प्लॉय, मतलब जिसका होता है इट्स प्रॉब्ली द प्रोसेस और द सिस्टम दैट हैज बीन पुट इन प्लेस. तो एम्प्लॉय जो है दैट इज ऑलरेडी गोइंग थ्रू दैट प्रोसेस, तो वो उसका बेचारे का भी कसूर नहीं है.
Yes.
तो इट्स द काइंड ऑफ द सिस्टम और द प्रोसेस.
There is one more question. They want to, I think Imran, you can answer it better. How do you see finance and the accounting role in the solar industry for the next 5 years?
Okay, like every industry, every organization, these are the kind of roles which are actually going to be there no matter what. HR, finance, accounting, marketing. This is something that actually I have been hearing for so long. कि अभी HR जो है वो खत्म हो जाएगा, HR की फील्ड में बहुत लोग चले गए हैं, मार्केटिंग जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा कंजेस्टेड हो गया है, अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं है. बट इवेंचुअली, not just in any industry but in almost every company, you'll be having these opportunities. The roles may be slightly limited, but in terms of overall exposure for the next 5 years, this is the kind of industry which has so much untapped potential as far as the whole energy growth is concerned for the industry and for the individuals as well. So for the next 5 years or maybe longer, if you like to see not just finance or accounting, uh, every field has so much potential as far as the overall complete sector or industry is concerned, just in renewable energy.
Right. Thank you. I hope your query is answered. Again, okay, Hansala, I'll say the same thing. If you want to apply in the energy sector, DSG Energy, we have the same recruitment process that's written on our websites, that's written on our socials. Do follow that. We regularly update our vacancies. एक यहाँ पे वो आया हुआ था कि there should be no favoritism. We do not provide any favoritism to anyone. It's always an open house. You can even come to our office with your CV. So we'll see when the right vacancy arrive for you and you're the right fit to it. Definitely, you're gonna get a call. I'll come to you, Farina. I think time बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया है. It can go for long and long. ये खत्म नहीं होगा because it's a very interesting topic, very informative for everyone out there. But I would like you to give us a little bit of the conclusion remarks for everyone to have benefit out of this session.
ऑलराइट, मैं इसमें कंक्लूजन यही करना चाहूँगी इस टॉपिक पर. अगर मैं सिर्फ बात करूँ एनर्जी सेक्टर की, तो कंक्लूजन में मैं यही कहूँगी कि एनर्जी इंडस्ट्री में जो चैलेंजेस फेस करने पड़ रहे हैं वो हमारे पास बहुत ज़्यादा है. लाइक कम्पिटिटिव लेबर मार्केट नहीं है हमारे पास, स्किल शॉर्टेज है जो भी हमने बात की है, लोगों को इसकी अवेयरनेस नहीं है एनर्जी सेक्टर का फ्यूचर क्या है, फर्दर जो है नेक्स्ट 5 और 10 ईयर्स में एनर्जी सेक्टर कहाँ पर स्टैंड कर रही है. तो इस सबको ओवरकम करने के लिए सबसे बड़ा जो है रोल प्ले करना होगा यूनिवर्सिटीज़ और एचआर डिपार्टमेंट को. तो एचआर को जो है वो कोलैबोरेट करना चाहिए, अपडेट रखना चाहिए यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के साथ, उनकी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में जाके कॉन्फ्रेंस करनी चाहिए, उनके साथ सेशंस करने चाहिए, सेमिनार्स करने चाहिए, उनके साथ जो भी है उनको इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम्स प्रोवाइड करने चाहिए, प्लस डायरेक्ट जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनके साथ कोऑर्डिनेशन में रहना चाहिए. तो जितने भी अगर ऑडियंस में अगर हमारे पास स्टूडेंट्स हैं और जॉब सीकर्स हैं, तो आई विल कन्वे द मैसेज कि उनको खुद इसके ऊपर जो है थोड़ी सी वर्किंग करनी चाहिए, और जो है एनर्जी सेक्टर के जो लोग हैं उनसे खुद कोऑर्डिनेशन में आना चाहिए, और उनसे न्यू जो भी लर्निंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से न्यू टेक्निक्स हैं उनको लर्न करना चाहिए. प्लस और इसको मज़ीद हम ओवरकम कर सकते हैं रिक्रूटमेंट मार्केटिंग के थ्रू. रिक्रूटमेंट मार्केटिंग के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से मैं ये बात कहूँगी कि जो भी हमारी रिक्रूटमेंट मार्केटिंग है एनर्जी सेक्टर की, उनके प्लेटफॉर्म्स जो हैं वो बहुत जो है डेली अप टू डेट रहते हैं, और उनको मज़ीद जो है लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ अपडेट किया जाता है. उनके साथ जो है वो सबको कनेक्टेड रहना चाहिए. प्लस मोर ओवर जो ऑलरेडी इस कंपनी में, इस सेक्टर में काम कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए यही है कि वो अपने रेफरेंस से भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा जो है नेटवर्क को एक्सपेंड कर सकते हैं, इस सेक्टर में लोगों को ला सकते हैं, उनको अवेयरनेस दे सकते हैं. नॉट द सेक ऑफ सिर्फ जॉब के लिए ये करें, वो फॉर द सेक ऑफ के जो सेकेंड पर्सन है वो उसकी लर्निंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी जो है वो इसको एलेबोरेट कर सकते हैं सेक्टर के बारे में. और कंपनीज को मजीद चाहिए कि वो सक्सेशन प्लान दें एम्प्लॉयज़ को, और जो ऑलरेडी हमारे पास हैं एग्जिस्टिंग प्लान एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं उनको सक्सेशन प्लान देना चाहिए, ताकि वो मूव ना करें, हमारे पास शॉर्टेज ना हो. और प्लस जो हमारे पास अभी कैंडिडेट पूल आना है उसको किस तरह से जो टेक्निक है, लेटेस्ट टेक्निक, उनके थ्रू जो है वो उनको अट्रैक्ट करना चाहिए.
Thank you, Farina. Ali, over to you. Give us a little bit of conclusion remarks regarding the Gulf industry as well, because I think it was informative for the people who are watching.
As I have already told कि बहुत ज़्यादा इस इंडस्ट्री में स्पेसिफिकली अगर हम इंडस्ट्री की बात करें, there is a growth we can see globally, not in a Pakistan, not in a UAE, but globally, because everyone is moving toward the renewable energy. So people should see that which industry right now there is a growth in that, and they should be acquiring the certain skills that are required for this industry. Like if the engineer is required for this industry, they should be acquiring the same degree. If there is some diplomas are required, they should go to the technical institute to get the diploma for that. So इसमें जो कैंडिडेट है उसको खुद से पहले रिसर्च करनी पड़ेगी और उसमें देखना पड़ेगा कौन क्या क्या चीज़ें रिक्वायर्ड है और क्या नहीं है. Plus they need to be in the connection with the HR fraternity, and I would request to the HR fraternity as well that they should be spending some time from their work and from their life, like 1 hour, 2 hour in a week, to guide the people, to address the people issues that they are facing, And similarly, I would be requesting the participants who used to hear, like अभी भी यहाँ पे हमारे पास काफी सारे comments आ रहे हैं, people are seeking out for the opportunities. Instead of seeking out for the opportunities, people should be asking the questions that what things are required in terms of like resume writing or interview preparation. So they should be asking like this kind of questions. So they should improve it. और फिर उसके बाद उनको ये वाले क्वेश्चन करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी कि यार यहाँ पे कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि नहीं है. They would be applying and they would be definitely getting a call from the company.
Right. Imran, a little bit from your side as well. I guess energy sector को निकाल दिया जाए तो even including that, you would have a bigger exposure, a bigger picture of all the sectors in mind. Do share that with us.
Okay, I'll just keep it brief and continue from where Elias left off, especially with the fact that the gap between the academia industry that needs to be bridged. And as HR professionals, we have the kind of experience or exposure that we have gotten over the years. This is something that we can utilize. And as previously highlighted, that we have teachers or faculty who are probably only one-dimensional as far as their experience or exposure is concerned. So someone from academia can also get exposure and then go back and use that. The same goes for us as well. We who have experience in the market, we can go bridge that gap with the academia, as initially highlighted that we are trying to do that through our Spark training program. We try to instill that knowledge that we have gathered over the years and use those technical tools and those sessions with the students who are about to graduate and teach that skill set as far as resume writing, basic interview skills, because they are kind of interview sessions, not just technical interviews. They are behavioral interviews where you are assessed on your behavioral ability, which is kind of an HR session. And it's a lot more structured, and that is something which an individual who is about to graduate or has recently graduated would probably have no idea unless and until he or she has gone through the process and has actually faced a couple of sessions at any company, because that is something which a lot of firms are putting to use these days. Also, again, just to wrap this up, not just the energy sector but in general, the gap can only be resolved because of the sessions that we can have, the knowledge that we have taken, and impart that into the individuals and across the academic session, and not just academia, but the recent sessions that we have done to as together as far as HR professionals are concerned, the network that we have built for ourselves, we can use those as well and expand this and put more exposure out there for individuals.
Absolutely right. I think the challenges that we are facing regarding the employment options and regarding the job market, that gap would be filled if just the idea कि हमारा there should be a balance between the theoretical and research development and a practical knowledge. ये दोनों बड़े अलग-अलग से हैं. जो research कर रहे हैं, they are more getting advanced in their research and technology. Recent and research area में theoretical knowledge increase हो रही है, और industrial sector is getting more practical and more technologically advanced. So if that gap would be bridged, then I guess that point हमारी बहुत ज़्यादा employment challenges खुद ब खुद overcome हो जाएंगी. Anyway, time बहुत short था. I already have taken a lot of time from all of you. Thank you so very much for joining. I think it was a very informative session. The reach is quite there right now. If anyone would be interested in any similar topic to discuss, और किसी चीज़ के बारे में information चाहिए, किसी चीज़ के बारे में discussion चाहिए to clarify your ambiguities, then you are welcome. All of you are welcome. All you have to do is send us a message with the topic, and we'll try to arrange the expertise according to that, and we'll try to have another session. I hope सबका remaining Ramzan भी बहुत अच्छा जाएगा. Thank you so much, all three of you, for joining in and giving us such insightful discussion. We'll be back with another session of the DSG Energy, the webinar series. Until then, Allah Hafiz.
Love
Thank you.
this.
Hafiz.